Hey, how you doing? It's me, Nomad, and another episode of the never-ending saga with the RV. I live in a 30-foot, 30-year-old RV. Is it 30? Well, anyway. And her name is Mountain Dreamer because we're going to go up a lot of mountains and do a lot of dreaming. And I've had this RV for about 6 years since, God, like 2015, 16-ish or whatever. By the time you're seeing this is like, God, the fourth or fifth season of the series. The first part was my family. The way we ended up in this is we moved to LA and just promptly LA sucked away all our money. We were virtually homeless, bouncing from hotel to hotel, Airbnb to Airbnb, relatives' couch, whatever. And then one day I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Because all my money was going to hotels and rents, like $3,000 a month and up, plus a family cost, right? So I was like, let me get an RV. So I did, and you can see all that in a link here. Since gotten an apartment, my family never liked the RV lifestyle, my wife especially. So I want to take a trip, and so this season of the series, or this part, or whatever phase, whatever, is me getting the RV ready to go on this trip. I want to take a trip. The first trip is going to be through the deserts, basically Southern California. Okay. So right now I've been getting it ready. I mean, this thing has been a project from day one, like forever. It's just a perpetual project. Like, when you get a used RV, yeah, you're saving money. This one only cost us $1,300, but this has been like a job, like a part-time job for like 5 years. I've painted it, I put solar panels on, I've repaired everything. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. And so I'm gonna sit down. Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, that's working pretty dang good, I would say. So I'll give you a tour. Here's a video of a tour. I know I've done like, I don't know how many tours already. I'm not doing a tour right now. But the point is that, oh, wow. Why does it keep doing that? Because the sun is in the way. There. Is that better? Anyway, now I'm in the mirror. Wow. Let me move this way some. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, I need a drink or something. It's just going to keep doing that, huh? Maybe if I do this. Although it's nice to see the sun, right? Anyway, for the sake of this conversation, I'm closing the blinds. So it's been a long journey, and I really love this lifestyle. Like I said, my family didn't. I get it. I see. I was the one providing, so I saw the financial pressure and what it did as far as breaking us free of that freaking rent cycle that we could never climb out of. Especially in a city like LA, like, don't move here unless you're making $100,000 a year or so. Sorry for it fading in and out. It's just gonna keep doing that, huh? And basically, my wife never got it. Like she's not woke, right? She's still I call her a matrix puppy. Into consumerism, debt, finance. So anyway, I get it, and I'm all in. And I have a website called urbannomads.life, Urban Nomads Life, and that's our handle for a lot of our social media, where I talk all about this, mostly from a philosophical perspective, right? How to break free of the matrix, how to do it. But I have to be honest with you, like, this is extremely challenging, like this lifestyle. I mean, it's not for everyone, right? So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, today, so I've been getting the RV ready. I had some people stay here. It was a family. They need a place to stay. Anyway, it was a bunch of little kids. So things are kind of in a rough state. But they were in a rough state before they got here. But one of the things they did is the little kid broke the blinds. So I'm in the process today. One of major project for me is to repair the blinds. This is what a nice new blind looks like. I'll show you some of the dirty blinds. But basically, they're really hard to put on. Yeah, so I got these blinds at Lowe's, right? And basically, they're pretty cheap, but I feel like for the money, they're pretty good. Like, Like these are only like 14 bucks or 12 bucks, right? This will be my third set of blinds though. They don't last very long. I mean, especially if you're like, if you have like a family or some kids and you're constantly like peeking through them or whatever. They're not very strong. They're kind of flimsy. I like the fact that they let the light in like this, and it's not, they have a type where it's like, you know, I forget what they call it, but where, you know, it blocks out all the lights, and I don't want that. I like to have some light coming in, but you know, it gives you privacy. But I usually at night, because you can see all the shadows, you can kind of see in here through the blinds. I have a system of curtains I put up also. But anyway, the first version of these that I bought was higher quality. The top part was thicker, and then after COVID they got cheaper. And anyway, the point is, the old brackets don't work. If it was the same type, I could just pop these out and pop them in. You put these metal brackets up and then you just pop it in. But because they shrank everything, it doesn't fit anymore. So I have to put new brackets up. And because it's so tiny, it's really hard to get them to snap in properly. I mean, really hard. It took me forever to get these two up. And you can see this video where if I can't get up here, look in the description, where I put these up. I'm not gonna go through all this I'm just talking now. I'm not gonna go through all the having you watch. You can watch that one video to see. It's pretty boring, but if you want to know how to put up these kind of blinds, you can watch that video where I put this one up here. And I got this one here, the living room. Got that up last. It was hard. So I have 7 total that I have to do. So my goal today, and I'm probably not going to make it, is to get them all up again. So that's what I'm about to do. But first I need to make some phone calls, because some people left that family left their stuff here. Not all their stuff, but there's still a ton of stuff here, and I need them to come get it. I mean, it's not critical right now because I'm still working on stuff, but then my daughter, I'll be telling you about the white truck. It's cool. I call it the Road Warrior because it's kind of like one of those trucks from the movie. I mean, a nice version, you know, but is the Road Warrior. Anyway, I just repossessed it. Not repossessed, but I got it back in my possession from my daughter who bought another car. I had let her use it. She had a bunch of stuff in there. And I'm like, can I bring the stuff to you? She's like, no, can you hold it? So I think I'm gonna take that stuff either to my apartment or to her place. But I gotta start. This place is way too cluttered. Like, while I'm working on it before the trip, I wanted it to at least be a mobile office so I could work in here. But it's just, even for that, it's too cluttered. There's all kinds of crap in here. Like, the people left some bikes in here that might be some pretty good bikes, but I gotta see what's going on with those bikes. But anyway, that's my goal. But my goal today is get the blinds up if I have time. And no, I don't. I was gonna say, well, you know what? I washed everything. I took all the blankets, everything to the laundromat, and I washed everything. But there's just so much crud on the bed frame. I've got to clean all that. So my goal today: put up the blinds, clean the bed frames, put the covers back on the mattresses, and get those in. If I could do that, I'll be happy. And maybe straighten up a little. But that's a tall order. So the cool thing about the RV life is you can just take it easy. There's so much of our society is about rent pressure, job pressure. It all goes back to the cabal. That's what I call the people at the top that like control everything. You know, the puppet masters. It's a real thing. Like, it is. Like, you know, it used to be conspiracy theory. I think pretty much everyone now agrees with income inequality that there is an elite group, the 1% and beyond, that is manipulating the system. But basically, most people, and I used to be one of them, buy into this paradigm where you got to go to school, go to a job, work a 9-to-5 job, and then you get a bunch of debt. You know, you finance everything, and then you're beholden, right? Your house, your car. It's basically self-indentured servitude, right? And then they sell you this idea that, like, you're going to work like a dog, and then your house thing is 30 years, and then you're going to retire, right? And then you'll live, right? Like, it's just, and then people have the time when they retire, they act like they're waiting to die. Like, oh my God, like, don't even get me started. Anyway, luckily I woke up, you know, it's a long, I think I've done a video, I've told this story a billion times. If I can find a video, here's the link, or it's in the description. But of my story of how we ended up here. Oh, it's on the, yeah, that's like my second video. But basically, yeah, I was basically homeless and in a park, and that's when I had this epiphany with my family. Everything had just degraded down. But it was really a blessing in disguise because it woke me up. That's what it took for me to wake up out of this matrix mentality, right? If it hadn't been up until that point, I mean, I fought to stay in the matrix as long as I could because I thought that's what I had to do. And then nothing happened, and basically I was ejected out. And then when I woke up the next day, I was like, what on earth? I was like, this is amazing, because I had peace in my life for the first time, and I don't know when, because I was at rock bottom and I didn't have any chains, right? And I had a sense of peace. We're taught that if we can finally get enough money and get ahead of the game, the rat race, then we'll have peace. Peace is always over here as we race towards it. You know, when we retire, when we get $1 million in the bank, when we pay off the house, when we pay off our credit cards, when we do all this financial stuff, then we'll have peace. This is all by design. It's not even just an accident or just the way it is. It's literally by design that this is this situation. And it's because the people, the cabal I call them, they need us to work for them. They own most of the companies, and they need us to buy their stuff, which is they sell most of the stuff. Like if you could put magic glasses on and go in a store and see the companies that actually own the brands, it would be like just 5 companies. Like every store you go in, it would just be 5 companies. And you'd be like, what on earth? What if it was just one company? You know, I got a great movie idea for you. Just make it sci-fi so people don't put 2 and 2 together. That's why people are always like, oh, it's the Matrix, because it is the Matrix. It's an economic matrix. The whole movie is a metaphor. The whole thing about the sci-fi part about being in a computer, that's all just entertainment distraction, so that you're just like, oh, that's a cool idea. But remember in the movie, if you saw it, and if you haven't, you need to see it, when Agent Smith says, he's looking out the window at the city, he's interrogating Morpheus, and he's like, wow, look at it, billions of people oblivious. It's like, amazing, isn't it? Billions of people oblivious. And that's how the cabal controls us now. Like, this whole thing gets deeper and deeper the more I look into it. I mean, for me at first it was just freedom from all the financial pressures, but then the more I look into it, the more I realize there's an actual plot, right? And it's true. Right now, there's billions of people all deluded into this system, thinking that this is the key. And because they believe it, they keep working hard and harder, and they keep doing that, and then they just keep buying and consuming, and it's just a little machine. Imagine if in Egypt, Pharaoh, if he had been smarter, assuming that story is even true. I don't know some of these stories, or it could be the South, the American South, when they had slaves, any of those times. The smart thing to do would have been, it's evil but smart. I'm not advocating it, I'm just saying. Like, imagine if someone said, Pharaoh, don't worry about these slaves. Look, let me tell you how to do this. Just, you own all the land, so you can lease it to some select people, and then they can rent things to the slaves. Let the slaves free, technically. We're surrounded by desert. They ain't going nowhere. Let them believe they're free. Start some businesses, hire them. But the money's, I don't want to pay for I got free labor. Why would I pay the slaves? It's okay, because the money, everything they need, they're going to have to buy from you. The money's just going to cycle right back to you. You're going to be exactly where you are now, but better, because these people will want to do the work, because technically you're paying them, and they're going to want to give it back to you because they're going to need all the fancy stuff. And we'll show them lots of beautiful advertisements and lifestyles that they'll never attain, but they'll think they can if they just work hard enough. And that'll keep it all, it'll just be a self-fulfilling thing, and you can just sit back and enjoy life. Oh man, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's good. Let's implement that. Well, he didn't, obviously, but somebody did. I mean, your average person just wants to live a simple life, a simple, peaceful life. And distracted, and by the time they wake up to this nightmare, it's too late. Usually they're in tons of debt, they have a family, the family's enamored with the media and all the lifestyle that the media says they need to be happy, and their spouse is putting pressure on them or whatever, and they're feeling pressure to perform or to achieve it. And hey, I went through all this, and it's like, it's too late then, right? So luckily there's a hack, and it's what I call alternative living. That was like a spiritual awakening. It was like my third or second. It's way deeper than I realized. It wasn't as simple as just, oh, let's live in an RV and save rent. It's way deeper. And it's like when Neo was ejected out of the Matrix into that pod thing, right? Where he woke up and he got rescued, right? It's similar. Like, you just wake up out of the system. And I can't go back now that I've seen it. You think Neo could go back to the Matrix after seeing what was going on? That's how I am. So my wife, who's still in the Matrix in her mind, I don't think she's ever going to get it. I don't know. Some of my kids sort of get it. I think a person it's so easy to believe in this system. So if you have a good job and everything's going hunky-dory, it's very easy. You're comfortable in your apartment or house. It's easy to believe in the system because it's working for you, or it appears to be. It's only when you really get at rock bottom, say you lose your job and you can't afford your mortgage or your rent, and then you're feeling that pressure to perform. It's like I was. It's only when you really get to that rock bottom place that you can kind of appreciate it, And I've had, really cushy, high-paying jobs and really low-income situations. I've been in both. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what that has to do with today. The point is, I want to go on a trip, and most of our years here were basically urban nomading, or urban, what they call it, urban boondocking, where we just were, living on the streets of LA. But, I watch the YouTube videos, and it's like, I have this nice RV. I could travel. Why can't we? So I want to. It'll probably be just me. That's fine. But I want to travel. I want to go on adventures. And yeah, so people are like, why don't you, people are so stupid, man. Like, and I use it, yes, I did say stupid. I mean, it's just, oh my God, like, like the people who were getting us the apartment were like, oh, are you going to get rid of the RV now? I'm like, heck no. I mean, who knows what'll happen with this apartment? It's like, anything could happen. The landlord could raise the rent, anything could happen. And it's like, anything. And Trump's in office now, and, he could, get rid of everything. So who knows what. So, the thing is, without the apartment, what do I own? It gives you a delusion that you have stuff, but then let's say you move and whatever you take with you, that's what you actually own. And sure, it costs a lot and it takes a lot of maintenance and work and whatever, but it's mine. It's like a virtual piece of land. And that's a whole nother conversation, land. Like, don't get me started. This is deep, and we're going to keep this conversation going. My channel is mostly going to be about that now. I'm mostly going to be talking about the philosophy and the lifestyle and how to do it, and not so much showing you me living it. Those old videos, I'm going to call them throwbacks. I have tons of videos I haven't even posted yet, but I'm kind of relaunching the channel with this new phase of going traveling. The first part will be me fixing up the RV to go traveling, but most of the videos are going to be me talking about it, why this is important. I only know one other guy. He's on the East Coast, old punk something. Here's his channel right here, if I can show it. Me and him have become kind of friends because we talk the same. Like, he gets it, I get it. Like, and that's what we talk about. How people have to break out of this matrix. But it's just like in the movie where I don't know who it was that said, like, I think it was a fight. Oh, the scene of the woman with the red dress, that people will fight and die to stay in the matrix. And it's so true, because they've been brainwashed to do that. And so he was like, most people cannot be unplugged, Anyway, all right, let me put these blinds up. First, we got to get this thing back into action. So let's get my fridge running. I'm not here most of the time nowadays. See, this is the mess. So I took all the covers off and I washed everything. It's in here. And I gotta put all this stuff back on, but let's turn the energy on. This is my little electrical setup. The solar panels are powering everything. I have 500 watts of solar panels, lead acid batteries. Why is this wet? I don't know what that's about. And so I turned it on. I have a 3000 watt inverter, which converts the DC power from the solar panels. And then I have this timer here, so I can set the fridge to come on. I just have a little college fridge here, nothing fancy. You don't need a fancy fridge. If you do get one of these college fridges, you can't drive with it on because it's not designed. The motor will get messed up. So you just unplug it when you're actually driving. But other than that, it works fine. My only regret is I should have got a deeper one that could hold more food. But it's just me now, so it's okay. So yeah, so those are some old blinds. Those are some old blinds. And then back here, see how the blinds got all messed up? Someone cut them. And here they're all messed up. That makes the whole thing look really ghetto, and that's what makes the police take notice and people complain, and people have been complaining. So anyway, let's get it going. Yeah, I'll just show you the results. Like I said, you can watch.
A few moments later.
Well, after much trial and tribulation, I got these up. These were the old fasteners, and it just wouldn't quite fit. So I had to take them off, put on the new fasteners. It's supposed to be the same exact type of blind, but whatever. And I got this side going. Oh my God, I'm so tired. See, they work now. Yeah, yay. Perfect. And they close like they're supposed to. Perfect. These should last another couple of years at least. Oh, my back hurt. My back hurts because I was twisting it. You know, I was up twisting it like that, and now it hurts. And I'm supposed to work out after this. I'm gonna go. I haven't worked out in like weeks, and it's bad. So no, I don't care what happens. I'm working out today. Like, oh man. I'm almost done. 3 more to go. Wow. I just didn't imagine putting up blinds would be this difficult, honestly. Really. But today I tried to anticipate it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna take time. Crazy kids. Kids on bikes going by. But anyway, wow, my back hurts now. It's a lot of work doing this RV thing, and it's not for everyone. I realized. I used to be like, oh, everyone should do this. It's not. You gotta have a certain mentality, which I've talked about in previous videos. You need like a frontier mentality. And I realized I'm a pretty determined person. Like, I'll just push through. And everyone's not like that, you know? It's just, yeah, so I don't know. Whatever. I can't represent everybody, you know? It just depends. I would say if you're not into fixing up a lot of stuff, then get enough money to get an RV where it's newer and everything's working, and have enough money so when something does break, you can afford to get it fixed like that. But I've probably put about $10,000 in time into this RV. So I should have just bought one for $10,000 instead of $1,300. But it's okay. I'm keeping Mountain Dreamer. I'm not gonna get another RV. The newer ones I hear fall apart anyway, and they're expensive to fix, so yeah. This is why I need to get in shape so my back is stronger. You know, when you're older, you need to work out a lot because you need to be strong so that you can deal with stuff. Like, don't just sit around and because your body's going to accelerate the deterioration. So you have to like stay ahead of it. So you probably have to work out even harder than you would when you were younger. Anyway, if you're interested in health tips, I'm starting another channel all about health called Will's Healthy Living, because I'm tired of telling people all the stuff I've learned over and over and over again, especially about diabetes. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect healthy person, right? But just so many people, there's so much ignorance out there about, like, because the American lifestyle and diet is to, and then chew you up and make money off of you. Like, it almost killed me, you know? And when I got diagnosed with diabetes, just a little bit, I was just right over the number, and that was a big wake-up call for me. So anyway, here's the link to that. It'll be in the description if it's not, because YouTube only lets you put so many things here. It's going to be called Will's Healthy Living. Anyway, I got insurance and got Progressive. I think Progressive offers the best deal for RVs, from what I can tell. I mean, I only pay $50 a month for total full coverage, personal possessions, all kinds of scenarios, emergency travel. Like, it's a great deal. It's only $50 a month. I was like, what on earth? So yeah, I'll put the link below. You can check it out, and yeah, if you need, coverage for your RV. But in LA, it's in other places, getting towed is an issue, right, by the authorities. And for that, you just have to have money saved and just be savvy. So, but anyway, that's enough of me blabbing. I'm not really saying anything here. I'm gonna keep doing the blinds. Maybe I'm just taking a break and then I'm gonna hit the blinds behind me. Okay, out.
One eternity later.
Well, I did it, and I'm really tired and my back hurts, and because I had to be in these contorted positions, and I did all the blinds, and I wanted to do a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's too late. I'm tired. I'm going home. I'm like not doing it. I'm just done. Like, let me show you. So here's the dining room area done, living room area done, desk done, kitchen done. Let's come in here. Anyway, done. Back window I just finished. It was really hard. Did it. I still have to do these little things that hold them in, but I'll do that later because I need some special screws. Anyway, all done. Oh my gosh, I was gonna try to take all this stuff back to take it out, but I'm too tired. I'm too tired to do anything. My stamina level is not what it used to be. I'm just gonna go home and relax. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's it.